All right, folks. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite edge prospects in the 2023 NFL Draft, Will McDonald, the fourth out of Iowa State. I should mention, first of all, that I selfishly want the Eagles to take him late in the first round, but right now he's a projected early to mid second rounder, and I could see him sneaking into the first, especially if a team needs a pass rusher, because this guy's an absolute specimen. 6'3, 240 pounds, tested really well at the combine in the events he did compete in, also had a really good pro day, but this guy played a really dynamic role at Iowa State. He was asked to play a 4-eye technique, which for those of you that don't know, one of the hardest positions to play in all of football. Definitely the hardest to play on the D line because you're asked to take on double team blocks in the run game, pass rush at a disadvantage because you're playing that interior shade. So you don't get the benefit of getting that extra step off the line of scrimmage. We'll talk about this a little bit more on film, obviously. But because of that, he had to play physical in the run game, have a very diverse set of pass rush moves, and he needed to win with quickness at the size that he's playing at. He's a really good football player. Again, I want the Eagles to take him at the end of the first round, but I can see him going anywhere from, 28 to maybe the mid-second round. But I don't think he's going to last for long in the draft. So let's take a look at some of his film, and yeah. So the first play I want to look at is from his game against TCU, and when I talk about physicality, this is exactly what I mean. You can see him in this three-man front. Again, not a lot of help in the trenches. He's at the mid part of your screen. You can also see the red arrow pointing right at him. But on this play, he's going to jack up the left tackle and basically make the play for his teammate by running the tackle into the running back. You can see him here, again, playing the line of scrimmage, great extension with the arms, and doesn't even get credit for the play, but that's just a prime time example of this guy willing to get down in the trenches and make a big stop on this run. The next play I want to take a look at is this pass rush rep against Kansas State, and here I'm really impressed with his versatility. The fact that he can line up on the interior in a 4-eye and play the run, and then on the next play, be an outside linebacker and pass rush like Hassan Reddick, it's really impressive to me. But here I want you to pay attention to his get off, his bend, and his instincts, his ability to get his hand in there and knock the ball out from the quarterback. So again, great first couple of steps, works the chop dip rip, and again, can't get the full sack, but was able to get a hand in there and strip the ball loose. Really impressive play. Again, you can see it here on the replay. Great job getting the arm in there, and that's all you need. The rest of the guys are going to make the play for you. That's a great play. Now, although I have a lot of praise for McDonald as a pass rusher, I do think he struggles when it comes to taking on double team blocks. More specifically, when he does get in these situations, he kind of gets lost in the sauce, tries to fight two guys at the same time, and ends up just not generating any pass rush at all. This play in particular, I would call a plus minus because his effort is relentless. He works a great first step, a great spin move, but eventually spins right into the guard and doesn't give up on the play even when the quarterback's scrambling, but he just can't find a way to get home. And obviously, this is the hardest thing to do as a defensive lineman, and most people his age need to work on this outside of maybe Kalijah Cansey. I can't really think of anyone else that does this at a high level, but when he gets to the NFL, this is what separates the Myles Garretts, the TJ Watts apart from everybody else. So let's watch this play. Again, like I said, phenomenal get off here, works a great chop, great spin, but gets lost in the sauce, tries to cut underneath, again, being pushed around by all these guys, but never gives up on the play. And again, that's why I'm giving it a plus minus here. Still a really good pass rush rep. I'd be very satisfied with this as a coach, but I'd also be like, dude, you're making so much more work for yourself working both of these guys at the same time instead of just taking half of the left tackle. However, my criticisms aside, if I was an NFL defensive line coach, I would be dying to get this guy in my locker room. You saw what happened when he was double teamed, right? But here's what happens when you don't double team Will McDonald. He's right here on the interior, by the way, playing a 3 technique after just being lined up as an outside linebacker on the previous 2 plays. Oh, we're just not going to block him. And that's what happens. So you kind of pick your poison when you're playing against this guy, but if you don't, this is exhibit A of what's going to happen. And when I see plays like this one right here, This is exactly why I think he could sneak into the end of the first round. This is going to be a bad snap to the quarterback, but watch him against this left tackle. You can't leave him one-on-one because he's going to do this. Watch the get off, watch the bend, watch the way he hits this guy. Just the severity. He plays like an apex predator. To the quarterback, 2.7 seconds. That's it. And last but not least, I want to show this clip of McDonald proving me wrong from earlier. Remember when I said he did a bad job of handling double team blocks? Well, this is a textbook example of how you should play a double team. Follow the mouse. Here he is. Spin move back into the quarterback and knocks the ball loose. That's all you could ask for. So in conclusion, folks, regardless of whether this guy goes to my Philadelphia Eagles or not, he's going to be a really special pass rusher in the NFL. And if you don't have a top 10 pick, this is a guy with that kind of upside. He can really be an all-pro talent in about 2 years, especially with the right D-line coach. Again, one of my favorite prospects. I would love to see him in midnight green, but if not, I wish him the best of luck wherever he goes. With that being said, leave a like on the video. Everybody take care. Have a great week.